Scorpio, welcome to your April 2017 General Tarot reading. It's Rena here. I just realized, this is full disclosure, I had the cards laid out because I've stopped and started this video numerous times, and it had been a long time since I had attempted another reading with you, and I just took all the cards that I had already laid out and put them back into the deck without even thinking of it. So this is not the first set of cards that I laid out, and I think, you know, everything happens for a reason, so it's all good. And the other thing I wanted to say too is, if anyone happened to watch a Taurus love reading, someone was kind enough to let me know that I had posted 2 Taurus love readings, and so she was rightfully confused, and that just happened because I did back-to-back love readings and then general readings, and it got lost in the shuffle. And actually I ended up doing it again, and I have deleted that video because I don't want to cause confusion. And people might say, why is she doing 2 love readings for April? So that's why that's gone. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to tell you about are some of the transits in the month. Very briefly, I just wanted to let you know that there's going to be a full moon in Libra on the 11th of the month, and this is going to be in your 12th house of, you know, hidden things and past life issues, you know, like karma. It could be dreams. It could be a very, very active dream time for you. It could be it's the house of anything mystical, and also dealing with, what else could I say? Just anything. I would say things that are spiritual coming to the surface, or long repressed memories, perhaps, secrets coming out, as I said. And because Libra happens to be your 12th house, I wonder if some of you Scorpios tend to get involved in secret relationships, liaisons. So just curious about that. And then at the end of the month, there's going to be a new moon in the sign of Taurus, and that's your 7th house of committed partnership. So maybe some new beginnings there. I don't know, do people get married in April? They should. I mean, they always do the same thing, don't they? They get married either in September, or they seem to get married in June. And I once worked in a school, and the person I was working for, the young teacher, she was getting married in March. And I said, oh, wow, that is so unconventional. And she thought that was insulting. I mean, she didn't say it, but I think she thought that. And I'm thinking, to me, being unconventional is a compliment, because you're doing something against the grain. And so it's kind of funny how people see things in different ways. So what else did I want to say? Well, Mercury retrograde is happening, and oops, it's happening in your 7th house of committed partnership. So what does that mean? Well, if you're having, let's say you're separated from your spouse, you may hear back from them, and then maybe you get back together around that time of the new moon. But it could be that you are hearing back from somebody that used to be your partner, or maybe old clients come roaring back, who knows. But yeah, so that's what's happening. You know, I got the Wheel of Fortune in the first one, so that's good. I was looking for cards that I, got twice. And in the first reading, the Wheel of Fortune was the focus card, so it's in the outcome position. So let's put it this way. I think that you're becoming aligned, Scorpio, for whatever reason. Now, the focus this time around is the Two of Pentacles, so this may mean a choice that you're trying to make between two jobs, and one of them may be far away, as evidenced by the water behind the person, the ship, and it can indicate receiving some kind of an offer for a job that is overseas, and you may be weighing your options. For other people, you may be super busy trying to juggle two different jobs. And looking at the past position, we have the Five of Swords. And this scenario really made me think of office politics. That you're working at a place that is not conducive for your well-being. And obviously this is a general reading, so please understand that all these cards are not going to necessarily play out for everyone in the same way. This could be somebody, actually there's 3 people involved in this depiction, or was it 2? I don't know, multiple people. And it's like one of those situations where they may be trying to tear you down behind your back so that they can, get one up on you. I did get a couple of kings in this reading. This could indicate a superior, and it could be a male superior, but somebody who's in charge. So maybe that issue of your work is coming up where people are vying for the favor of the boss and kind of brown-nosing the boss, trying to suck up to him, and doing, by any means necessary, to quote Malcolm X, even if it means tearing you down, saying stuff about you that's not true, or focusing on your faults. And there's a term for that. I can't think of it, backbiting, but there's another term that means, running somebody down. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, so that you look less and less favorable to the boss. And so you may be aware of this on some level, and you may be like, I just can't anymore. But you have to temporarily. So you've maybe taken another job, or you're doing something yourself. You've launched your own business on the side. And what is the current emotional state, if you will, I guess, since these are cups, is a sense of dissatisfaction with your life. You may be getting a job offer. You see that cup, and that may relate to what I was talking about with the Two of Pentacles, but you're not really all that impressed. Maybe it's not a bad offer, but you don't necessarily want to move. And what I would say about this is check your own consciousness. See if perhaps you are being too, not picky, but not grateful enough, having enough of an attitude of gratitude that you're just seeing the glass half empty, the cup half empty, and you're not seeing that the very thing that you say that you want, which is to get out of the situation, is being offered to you. And for some reason you're resisting. It could be because you are a fixed sign and you don't like to change course if at all possible, but also there may be a feeling inside of Scorpios, I could totally see this, where you're like, no, I'm not going anywhere. I don't care what they're doing. As a matter of fact, that's going to make me stay twice as long. I could see you doing that too, and that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing as long as it's not rubbing off on you in an emotional way where it's creating a lot of stress, negativity in your life. The other thing I wanted to say, if this is a love situation, as I said, you have this 12th house stuff going on. You could find out about a partner, a secret, This could be going on during April when that full moon is happening. And maybe you find out about their deception. And now you have to choose between staying and leaving. Or you're on the other end where you are in a lover's triangle. I think that some of you may want to opt out of everything. If you're in a situation with two other people, you may not feel like either choice is really, that it really interests you. One of the people may be an air sign, and that's the signs of Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. And it's possible that the other one is an earth sign, because with the Two of Pentacles, it could be that an earth sign person is involved. That's Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. And you may feel like neither one really knocks your socks off. And I say this a lot, that Scorpios know what they want. They're not wishy-washy. Unless you have a lot of Libra in you, or maybe a moon in Libra, or Venus in Libra. But typically, you have very strong likes and dislikes. And that's not, I'm not complimenting you for that, because sometimes that can be a little bit too rigid, you know, to be so like this or that, you know. Sometimes it's hard for you, once you formulate an opinion, to ever alter it, even when evidence proves otherwise. So you may just have to honor the fact that you're not really feeling anything along those lines. But the same applies to a potential new job. You may have an offer, but you just may not be that enthused about it. The higher message is the King of Cups. So this could be, if you either, it's saying you need a work environment where your boss is sensitive enough and mature enough to be able to navigate these people's games. And this is, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of like, almost like trying to find a unicorn, because a lot of people, even people that are in positions of authority, sometimes they seem to lack the emotional wisdom to understand how damaging it is to play favorites, you know, in the workplace. And this, you know, it's funny because this happens in many areas of life. You have teachers who try to point out other students who are doing well in an effort to get other children to be motivated. And really what it does is it creates a sense of rivalry. And I don't think that's a healthy kind of a strategy. So I think that in many people's minds that is the way that you get people to do something, by trying to, you know, mention other people at the workplace who are doing so well, so that you'll aspire to be like them and get that approval. And to me, that's like the lowest common denominator. That's not true motivation. That's just the ego wanting to be better than somebody else. And it's almost kind of childish. So you may just be in the wrong place where you're with a boss, or I'm sorry, that you're with employees who are able to manipulate their superior into that kind of one-upsmanship mentality and promoting it. And you may be in need of aligning yourself with somebody who is more wise than that and knows that it's to value all their employees. And it could be saying that this is on its way, you know, that maybe if you do take, it's right underneath that Two of Pentacles, maybe if you take a job offer, you're going to get that type of boss, but you have to take the chance. Now, obviously, it depends on your particular situation. I would not go by a YouTube reading to make major changes in your life, but it's just, you know, it's a possibility. And As for the love type area, the King of Cups could be that perhaps you're going to reunite with the father of your child, and he may be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Or it's saying that this is the type of person that you need to be with, somebody who is mature and somebody established, maybe somebody older than you. If you're somebody who tends to gravitate towards people who are immature or younger than you, it doesn't have to be younger to be immature. Sometimes older people are emotionally immature, but somebody who's emotionally mature. But also, the Four of Cups indicates that if you may be feeling emotionally unsatisfied, and so the King of Cups is somebody who's really caring. And maybe you have had a relationship with an air sign individual, and one of the speak of the devil, because this is the challenge card. So, and this is exactly I'll tell you what the qualities are, because this is the challenge card. You may have been with somebody in the past or are currently trying to ease your way out of that relationship with somebody who may literally be one of those air signs. But in any case, sometimes it's not the sun sign, or it's like other, the rising, the moon, or Venus or Mars or something like that, or even Mercury, the way that they communicate. And they have that, and it makes them very insensitive, I think is the best way of putting it, because I'm reading this as the challenge position with the King of Swords. This is somebody who actually can be quite verbally abusive if they feel threatened or they're just in a bad mood. They have that sharp tongue, and they can just be, I think they can even be manipulative mentally, where they're playing games with your mind and getting you to question yourself for whatever reason and doubt yourself. And so if you're dealing with someone like that, you have to ask yourself, like, what's the payoff? You can't just play it off and say, well, I'm just doing my own thing. If you find yourself drawn to this person, then it's on you, because you're allowing it in your life. If somebody's being abusive, you have to ask yourself, do I deserve that? It should be a turn-off. And yet, with the fact we're in this Venus retrograde also through the mid-month, and also with the Mercury retrograde in your committed partnership sector, you may hear back from somebody that you haven't heard from, that you maybe you broke up with them over these issues, and they call you up and they act very, apologetic, and you kind of gloss over it and you think it's going to be different. Well, what is going to be different? How is it going to change? You need to really think about those things. The other thing too, with the King of Swords in the challenge position at the workplace, it could show that other king. He may have been like snake-tongued. Maybe he was in cahoots with those other people and was conspiring against you. The advisor, what's coming in, is the Six of Pentacles, and so this is about balance. You see the person, or fairness, the scales. Sometimes it indicates helping somebody financially or being helped financially. If, for instance, you quit a job under duress and you need a handout, you may have somebody, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, who is able to give you a financial assistance. However, this card can just be about fairness. Maybe you are going to take a new job and you're going to stress that sort of fairness across the board. So it starts with the money that you negotiate with this person, and also about perhaps anything to do with the hours, you know, how many hours you have to work and what your duties are. Maybe in the past you allowed yourself to have the lines be blurred a little bit, and that caused problems as well. Maybe there were a lot of things that were wrong with this, aside from the people that were working there. With romantic partners, you may choose an earth sign over an air sign individual, but I also think you are a lot more assertive, and you're asking for, you know what you deserve, and you're kind of like not afraid to say it. Sometimes it can be about alimony too. The outcome is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is, like I said at the beginning, this is you being aligned with your life right now, and things will tend to flow, you know, when this happens. You may feel like everything is kind of going the way you want it to, and that you're in the groove, so to speak, and that can help you in any area of your life to manifest good things, you know, whether it's love, whether it's a nice career, a career change. So that's really great. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is about luck, serendipity, and that sort of thing. So I hope you enjoyed this, Scorpio. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great April. Bye.